Hello everyone, welcome to my Surging Savages YouTube channel. This is a newer series for me. Basically what I'm doing now is just talking about some, general Pokemon collecting advice. Not a financial advisor, right? So I have to do a little disclosure there. But what I want to talk to you today is about things that are going to just continue to become more progressively rare, become more expensive, and just kind of some ways to navigate and kind of what to do with these cards. Coming up with now that PSA's, most of the grading options are closed, you now have an opportunity perhaps to grab some raw cards. And the raw cards I'm referring to in this video are Shining series from either, from Neo Destiny or Neo Revelations, who had the two Shining cards. So we're going to talk about those today specifically, and kind of, my opinion on how you can kind of get a little bit of a better value and not, spend as much money, maybe spend a little less than what you thought you would spend. First off is the Shining Kabutops. This is just no specific order, really, but these prices are a little crazy now. $299. That's what Troll and Toad's asking. You might be able to get a better value on eBay. Buy it now. But you're going to see these go up a little bit. People who wanted to sell these on PSA. Now, first edition is going to be, the rarer of the options, because first edition, obviously, they didn't make these as much as the limited versions. My hot take on this is I would not buy anything graded like PSA 9, PSA 8, PSA 7. I wouldn't do it because you're paying more for the premium. What I would do is I would buy raw, because these cards, if you look at them, the holow's a lot smaller. You only have the actual Pokemon here, the Pokemon themselves. If you look at it, the background is non-hollow, so less likely to have print line scratching, unless of course they had, didn't get taken care of properly. But a raw card, you have more upside to. The first edition, if you're, big time investor and you've got money to blow, and you see a really clean, version of this, I think, spending about $400 or $500 and maybe, $100 to $200 on a Shining version of this card, the Kabutops. It's not a legendary. It's not a chase card. It is a chase card in this set, but it's not a chase card for Pokemon necessarily. You don't look at Kabutops as a chase card, so I wouldn't overspend on this. This is something that may go down a little bit just because people can't grade them anymore. I would be careful with spending a little too much on one of these, just because, like I said, it's not the chase card of the set. It is a Shining card, but the hype is really strong right now. So I'd be careful with this. You don't want to go overboard with something like this. Now, with Shining Charizard, this, you're going to command such a high price for this. That's a little high to me for a non-graded version. Of course, you want to see it in person. It's a minty fresh, not a single scratch. And you look at it in the light, you get your magnifying glass, and you see it, and you're like, wow, this is amazing. Maybe $3-4 grand might be worth it, but it's going to command a lot grading as well. So those are things to think about, because they do upcharge for something like this. You might get away with avoiding upcharge for the regular unlimited version. You're still going to be paying a pretty high price. With these, like I said, I would not, disclaimer, unless you find a perfect PSA 10 card and you said, you know what, this is going to be in my collection forever, go for it. Get it in there, get it in your collection, put it away, diamond hands the rest of your life, get it done. PSA 10 Shining Charizard, it's lit. But if you're going to buy like a PSA 7 or 8 and you're going to spend a lot on it, what's the point? Just get a raw one and then, grade it later on down the line. Don't spend money you don't have to. You're going to spend a lot on these, but you want to try to mitigate the cost a little bit and that way you can have room for other things in your collection. Shining Mewtwo is another one that's commanding a high dollar amount. Now, this one on the screen, if you can see it, it's actually a bit of let me see if I can. See if I can increase the size of this a little bit. I think it's fine. I think you can see there's scratching on the face, and the version like scratches on this holo, I wouldn't buy one. If you see scratches on the holo, remember each person and every individual that you come across are going to have their wants and needs when it comes to buying and selling cards, and most people aren't going to be okay with scratches on the holo for a card like this because of how aesthetically pleasing this type of card is. You can get away with some whiting on the corners, a little bit of whiting on the back, but when you have damage on the holo on this type of card, it will drastically decrease the value on this, and the resale value will go down quite a bit. So I would be super careful with something that type of situation, right? You have to be pretty careful. Let me see if it gives you better. Did it take away my image? It kind of did. Let me see if increasing this a little bit better. It's like, no, it's too much. But the point still stands. I mean, if you find this card, here we go. Get a little bit of. I don't like the zoom on this one. Again, I'm still kind of playing with these type of videos, seeing what I want to do. Oh, it took it away altogether. Weird. Let me see if it. No. I gotta play with this zoom a little more. No, still doesn't. It's only 100%. I don't really. Okay, here we go. This is a lot better. This is perfect. You can see the hollow scratch on it. Like the Shining Raichu here. These are gonna command first edition. You're gonna have that higher value to them. I'm not sure if it's double the value of a unlimited, if it's 2/3 of the value increased. So, but like I said, the hollow scratching is something you have to avoid on these ones. The Shining Gyarados here, do we have the under 25%? Yeah, we do. The Shining Gyarados here, this is a regular hollow card, so scratching on the hollow is going to be a lot more common. So, be careful with buying these because, like I said, the played value and first edition Shining, maybe $700 maybe is the sweet spot for what you should be buying. And I wouldn't get any non-English ones of these because I don't think that these other languages command the right value, and I think that right now anything you sell is just going to be you can ask for more than what you could have before, and I think later on you're going to see some of these dip in value just because the prices won't hold up. I think your Charizards, I think your Mewtwo's, your Mews, I think these will hold up fairly well, but I don't think a lot of other things will. Your first editions in general, the Neos will hold. Your unlimited cards that are just the unlimited version of like a Nidoking or I guess Nidoking's a common one, or Poliwrath, things like that. Your hollows from Jungle base set. Other than the Charizard, of course, that's always going to command a value, but things like these. These are going to keep going up, so I would recommend getting the Shining cards from Neo Destiny, Neo Discovery. Avoid buying graded unless it's a 10 because obviously you can't do any better than that, and you know what you're buying. Wouldn't buy a 7 or 8 or a 9 because you can buy raw and grade and get a better value out of that. So those are my opinions. Let me know what you think about this video. This is something new. I'm going to kind of start doing it like this now, instead of showing off my physical cards because I don't have them back from PSA yet. So this is just kind of what I'm thinking about. These So I think these are a good value, and I think that you should think about getting these cards, buying these cards. So, like I said, be careful on what you're spending. If you're trying to resell, be careful, because right now the market's so hot that at any moment these cards can start dropping, which I think some of them are dropping. So be careful with buying, because if you're trying to resell, you might be in trouble, in the short term. If you are holding long term, then maybe it's a good time, because things are dropping a little bit for like your shining Steelixes, your shining Kabutopses, shining Tyrannitars. I think, like I said, maybe even your Charizards are going down a little bit, but it's gonna be hard to buy and not to expect to spend a pretty penny going forward with what the values are looking like. So happy hunting and good luck with what you're doing out there.